All right, welcome to class, guys. I see there's a couple people logged in. Welcome. Good to see you guys here. Really cool. We can share practice from all around the world now. So I've been teaching on Instagram for the last week. It's been pretty fun. So it's a brand new YouTube channel. Thanks so much for joining. Just make sure you give me some feedback after class. Just leave a comment or send me a message. Let me know how you go with it. In this class, we're doing some back bending, some gentle twists, and we're going to focus on how kind of releasing the spine and building in more mobility through the back body and create a lot new energy in the body and new awareness as well. So we're actually going to start up on all fours today. So let's come forward. Spin the shoulders over your wrists, grip your fingers. Go ahead and stack your hips over your knees. Let's come to a place of strength. So bring your hands to a square underneath your shoulders. You gently start to feel your weight pour forward through the fingertips. So gradually, with control, start to work forward into your wrists. And as you exhale, tuck your toes. Draw the hips back towards your heels. Just pushing back around the lower spine, chin to chest. And inhale, slowly ripple forward. So move into your strength. Lean forward, lengthen the legs out. When you exhale, draw back. Let's find that really smooth, long motion. Let's go 3 more complete movements. We're starting to link up with that really long breath now. Exhale, push back, belly draws in. 2 more. And 1 more time, tuck your chins, mobilize through the back body, ripple forward, broaden through the collarbones. As you exhale, take the knees wide. So knees come mat width apart. Just draw back, child's pose. So find a place for the forehead to rest. And first few breaths, just allowing the whole body to completely relax. So let the shoulders drop. Let the hips drop. So if you guys haven't noticed, this class is going to be music free. It's a lot better for the audio quality. So if you want some music on, go ahead. Turn some on now. We'll be here for another 5 steady breaths. And 2 more. Send those long inhales down your spine. Feel the spine lengthen off with the breath. When you exhale breath, send it through your inner thighs. When you inhale, start to draw forward. Come back onto all fours. So this time we'll spin the fingertips out towards the sides of the room. So heels and hands face each other. This really gentle side-to-side motion now. So start to work into the wrist flexors really gently. If you're brand new to this one, take your hands a bit further apart. And if you've been coming to online classes for a few weeks now, you're starting to get some experience going, start to walk your hands a bit closer together. So we do wrist form with pretty much every single class. This really helps us just draw in more mobility through the entire body, actually, just by mobilizing your wrists. And any mobility you're lacking in your wrists, your body will try to make up for in your shoulders and through your elbows. So it's really hard to find that true alignment in the body without having really mobile and strong wrists. Let's do 2 more full breaths. And just draw back through center, fingertips towards your knees now, heels the hands forward. So if that's really intense for you, angle the hands off to the side slightly. Take an in-breath, draw forward through the wrist, press forward. Exhale, gently drawing back. So grip your fingers, draw back. Keep the heels of the hands rooted. Inhale forward. Exhale, draw back. So let's go through 4 more at your own pace. And drawing forward, release your palms. Bring the back of the hands on the floor. Just point your fingers towards your knees. So if this is sensitive for you, just bend the elbows slightly, soften up. If you're okay here, inhale, lengthen the arms, wrap the triceps towards your body. And as you exhale, bend the elbows forward, slowly lower the heart. Just move with the breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pour your weight forward. So working into the back of the wrist. Let's take 2 more. Let that openness travel through your forearms. And lengthening out, let's release the back of your hands. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. Roll out through the wrist any way that feels good. Just kind of move intuitively. Feel free to pause anywhere that feels super tight. Let's kind of work it out. And then try to rewind whatever motion you're doing. So try to rewind the direction. A little bit of a brain workout. Wave it out. Couple more solid breaths. And eventually come forward, palms on the floor. Again, go ahead and take your knees mat width apart. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Take an inhale breath. Draw the weight forward into your fingertips. And as you exhale, hips back and towards the left. Just circle out through the hips. Inhale forward towards the right. Exhale back and towards the left. Just circle it up. And again, scanning your body. Just noticing any tight spots. Feel free to pause there and breathe. But as you move, draw in some new energy with your breath. So start to move a bit quicker. Maybe add in some ujjayi breathing. So that's when you're breathing through your nose. The mouth is closed. And it's like you're fogging a mirror. So allow that gentle sound to focus the mind inside. And start to create some more heat in the body. Just go 3 more full breaths. Just mobilize, move. Any intuitive motion that feels good. And eventually forward, shoulders over your wrists, tuck your toes. Let's lift the hips up, downward facing dog. So keep that really steady foundation through your palms. Feel that energy track up through your forearms. Push out through your shoulders. Start to wrap the triceps towards your body. So feel the shoulders open now. And feel that really steady pushing action from the back of the heart. So you're not pushing as hard as you can, but you're trying to activate as many muscles as you can, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to gas your arms up. You're trying to be efficient with your body. Any movement through the feet that feels good. 3 more breaths. Maybe move the hips side to side. And the exhale breath, bend the knees, look forward. When you're ready, easy step or floats. Come top of the mat forward. Take a halfway lift, inhale. And the exhale, bow forward, belly draws in. Inhale, push your feet, come all the way up. So reach your arms up. And the exhale, hands through center, calm your mind. Come into mountain pose, so palms open up. Roll the shoulders open. So you can step your feet together or slightly apart is your choice. Bring your big toes touch. Palms open up. So closing the eyes, just really move into that center point through your feet. Just sensing out where you feel really aligned and stacked in space. And we'll start to lengthen the breath. So keep the inhale flowing through your nose. Start to fill up to your lower belly. Feel the rib cage expand. And filling all the way up through the heart area. So feel the collarbones widen. Really strong inhale breath. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. And the exhale, bow forward, palms through center. Draw the belly in. Tense your fingertips on the floor and pause here. So heels press down, fingertips press down. Start to rock your weight forward and back. So to the fingers and then to the heels. Some really gentle action, roll forward. Just working to open up the back body with your breath. When you inhale breath, bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift. So pause here for a moment, roll the shoulders open. Long neck and long spine, so gaze towards the floor. So really sensing out that long line of energy from the crown of your head all the way down through your hips. Press your shins into your hands, so feel that action start to activate the back body and through your legs. One more complete inhale. And as you exhale, bow forward, palms to the floor. Step back, plank pose. So in this variation, step your feet together, move into your strength, shoulders over wrists, hold here for 4. And grip your fingers, hold for 3. Let's go for 2. And 1, lower the knees on the floor. Elbows wrap in towards your body. Modified chaturanga, lower the heart. Inhale, thread the heart up and through, baby back bend. Squeeze your glutes together. Exhale, lower towards the floor. One more, baby back bend. Inhale, press the top of the feet in. Lift the heart up. And you exhale, lower. One more inhale. When you exhale, take the knees wide in child's pose. So take the knees wider than your hips, forehead down the mat. Just 3 steady breaths here. I want you to start to push to your palms, draw the hips back towards your heels. So a bit more active now. Inhale, slowly ripple forward. Track your knees in just a little bit. So walk the knees in just a bit. Big toes touch behind you. And start to rock forward, lift the feet off the floor. Move into that core strength. Draw the hips forward. And you exhale, push back. Move with the breath. Inhale, ripple forward. Ripple through your spine, lean into it. And you exhale back. 2 more times, ripple forward with your breath. Lift the feet. And you exhale, draw back. And 1 more. We're going to pause here. So drawing forward. Push out through your shoulders. Lift the feet. Pause. Strengthen your core. Hold here for 3. Roll the shoulders open for 2. Be full of breath. When you exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So go ahead. Pedal out your feet again. Push to your palms. Stage 2, step your feet hip width apart. Inhale, lift up on your toes, lift the heels up. Exhale, push the heels back. 2 more, inhale, up on your toes. Exhale, push back. And 1 more time, lift up on the toes, lift the heels up. Exhale, push back, bend the knees, look forward. When you're ready, step or float, top of the mat. In halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. Push to your feet, come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, mountain pose. Again, inhale, reach your arms, lift the gaze up. Exhale, clear it out, fold forward. Let's go halfway lift, inhale. And the exhale, take your feet hip width apart, bow in, chin to chest, forehead down, crown of the head down towards the floor. Let's move in through the back body, so side to side motion. Keep the breath steady. Two more complete breaths. On the out breath, release, fingertips to the floor. Let's take an inhale, halfway lift, look forward. And the exhale, bow forward, palms on the floor, step back, plank pose. Feet step together, lean into your strength, hold here for 4. Pushing the mat for 3. And let's go for 2. And 1. Option here, chaturanga or modified chaturanga, just like how we went through. Inhale, upward facing, move up. Exhale, draw back, downward facing dog. Let's ripple all the way back. Inhale, breath. Lift up on your toes, lift the heels up. Tuck your chin, slowly roll forward into a plank. So let's ripple forward. Shoulders over wrist. Stage 2, bend the knees, lift the hips up, pounce pose. So knees hover off the floor. Inhale, power back into that plank. In the exhale, downward facing dog. A little bit quicker now. Inhale, ripple forward. Push. Exhale, bend the knees, hover. Inhale, forward. Exhale, hips up and back. 1 more time. Move their breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale. Exhale, back. 2 breaths. In the out breath, bend the knees, look forward. When you're ready, step or float. Top of the mat, come again. Halfway lift. Exhale, bow forward. And pushing through your feet, come all the way up. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands through center. Chair pose, so find that center line engagement. You can step your feet together or again, slightly apart. So it doesn't matter, but start to squeeze that center line. So if your feet are together, let the inner thighs squeeze together. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands towards the floor. So if the feet are separated, just squeeze that center space between your legs. Wrap the triceps forward, gaze up. Now we'll move through some Ujjayi breath. So take an inhale, shine the heart towards the ceiling. And the exhale, fist to your hips, sweep forward, palms draw back. Inhale, reload, come back up. Exhale, sweep forward. Just go for 4. Just go 3. Clear it out for 2. Last one, inhale. Exhale, sweep back, palms towards the floor, shine the heart forward. Squeeze in here, airplane the arms. Stage 2, get a bit lower. Bend the knees, lift the heels off the floor, palms come together. Sink the hips all the way down towards your heels. Just hold here for a moment. The hands out to the side. So tense your fingers. Start to walk back onto your sit bones, onto your back body. Draw the knees in towards your chest. And then palms by your side. Full inhale breath here. And as you exhale, push to your palms, push to your hips. Lift the feet up and behind you, so C shape with the body. Inhale, lower, knees to chest, rewind. Exhale, push and lift. Inhale, lower. Just work on extending out through your core. Exhale, lift. Use that center line engagement. Use that core engagement. 2 more. Good, rolling forward, cross your legs, come forward. Palms onto the floor, step back, plank pose. Optional chaturanga lower. Inhale, upward facing. And you exhale, downward facing dog, reset. So steady foundation through your palms. Inhale, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling, flex your foot. Try to keep your hips square. Keep elevating that right leg with your breath. Take one more strong inhale. And as you exhale, slow motion, knee draws towards your chest. Ripple the spine forward. Push to your palms. Eventually stepping your right foot forward. Fingertips on the mat. We'll drop the back knee. Take an inhale. Anjali Asana, low lunge. Lift the arms. Lift the gaze. Pinky tips. Draw forward. Or pinky fingers, that is. Not tips. Palms together. Take an inhale. Exhale, come into a twist over towards the right. So left elbow draws over right thigh. Use the power of your arms. Push your palms together. So hands are together, guys. Left elbow over right thigh. Start to lift the heart towards the ceiling. So use that deep breath to encourage the twist. Every exhale breath, belly draws in. So just keep it here at stage 1. 2 more full breaths in. The exhale, stabilize. When you inhale a breath, pressing back up. Lift the arms, lift the gaze up. When you exhale forward, tense your fingertips, half splits. Right toes up towards the ceiling. So just track it out. Tuck your back toes. Draw the hips back towards your heel. Right out breath, slowly draw forward, plant your right foot. Left foot steps forward, come to the top of the mat, forward fold. In halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow forward. In pushing through your feet, come all the way up. Reach the arms towards the ceiling, come into a back bend now. So just your thumbs crossed, palms together. Lift the arms, lift the gaze up. Power through your feet, squeeze your biceps towards your ears. Inhale, long spine, peel up through the heart. As you exhale, start to lean back. So lean into that back body strength. Inhale, come back up through center. And long out breath, folding forward. Let's go down towards the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. And you exhale, bow forward, palms on the floor. Step back, plank pose, hold plank for 5. Strengthen your spine, go for 4. Push up to the back of the heart for 3. Let's go for 2. And 1. When you're ready, chaturanga lower, just halfway. Inhale up and through. And you exhale, draw back, downward facing dog, reset. Let's clear up the breath. Push your palms on the floor. And when you're ready, right toe stay tucked. Inhale, left leg lifts up towards the ceiling. So flex that left foot really strong. Find that steady foundation. Just visualize that left hip crease lifting and expanding. When the out breath knee to your nose, ripple forward with control. Step the left foot forward, right knee on the floor. Stack the palms first. Just move into your low lunge. Left knee is over your ankle, preferably. Inhale, arms reach up. And the exhale, this time twist over toward the left. So really gentle twist, palms together. Track your right elbow across that left thigh. Then use the power of your arms. Slowly start to lift the heart towards the ceiling. Good, powerful inhale. Draws you back up. Just reach your arms up. Any out breath. Forward. Frame your front foot. Tuck your toes. Tuck your right toes. Lengthen your left leg. So try to keep your body in line with your left leg. Maybe walking the hands forward. So more importantly than going super deep here, just keep that long spine and keep that full breath. Inhale, breath, draw forward. Left foot onto the floor. Plant the palms, step back, plank pose. In whole plank, this time for 4. 3, root down through your palms for 2. And 1, chaturanga lower. Inhale, flow up and through. And the exhale, draw back, downward facing dog, reset. Move all the way back. We'll go through that spinal roll sequence we did before. So inhale, tuck the chin, slowly roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, bend the knees, hips up. This time a little change. Inhale, lengthen your legs, hips lift up. Exhale, heels to the floor. Inhale, roll forward, plank. Exhale, push back, bend the knees, lift the hips. Inhale, lengthen your legs. Exhale, heels to the mat. One more time, ripple forward. Control, bend the knees, hips up. Lengthen the leg, lift the hips. Exhale, heels to the floor. Good. Out breath, bend the knees, look forward. Step or flow, top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, bend the knees, chair pose, sweep the arms up. Sink the hips, and squeeze that center line. Fix the gaze towards the ceiling. And really hug that space between your arms, between your hands. Out breath, lengthen your legs, palms come together. Come back through center. So just let yourself stabilize here. Maybe take some water if you want to. Let's come back to the center mountain pose. And from that center point, inhale. Reach your arms out, lift the gaze up. And the exhale, breath folding forward. And halfway lift, inhale, hands to chins. Fold down to the floor, frame the foot. Plant down, step back, plank. Optional, chaturanga lower, halfway. Pause, inhale up and through. And the exhale, draw all the way back. And downward facing dog. I'm going to move this plank out of my way. All the way back. Inhale, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. This time, bend the knee, stack the hip open. So draw that right heel towards your left glute. Keep pressing and lifting here. Next stage, big step over, big wide stance. Inhale, peel the right arm up towards the ceiling. Any motion that feels good through that right shoulder. And start to really open and release. And allow that new strength and that new mobility to start to draw through all parts of your body. Maybe a mini back bend, lift up through the heart, right hand to the back of your head. Gaze back top of the mat, side plank just for a moment. Draw the right knee in, hold here for 3. Maybe extend the right leg out for 2. And 1, right hand to the floor, cross it over now. Right knee, left tricep, extend it out, fallen triangle. Extend out, left arm peels open now. Take an in breath, lift the gaze up. And as you exhale, lower the hips, crunch your left elbow towards your hip. Lower, just tap the floor. Inhale, push and lift. And you exhale, lower. Just 2 more, push and lift it up. Exhale, lower. 1 more time, extend up. And you exhale all the way down towards the floor. It's coming to a twist now, so elbows onto the ground, palms onto the floor. So this is stage 1. Just moving into a gentle twist. Stage 2, left arm lifts up, inhale. Exhale, left arm underneath right armpit. So this is a good spot to use a block right out in front of you. So bringing that left cheek onto the block, left shoulder on the mat. Just twist over. It's a pretty deep variation, so just notice how your body's reacting. Find some more support if you need to. And it's come to a place where you can start to fully just relax and let go. So 3 more complete breaths. Just move into that still space behind your thoughts. And bring down to the right side, inhale breath. Left arm reaches up. As you exhale, left arm forward. Plant your back foot. Try with 1 motion. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Plank pose. Right knee draws in. And we'll step the right foot forward. Back into that low lunge. So this time take that block or any kind of prop you're using. Take it on the outside of your right foot. Stage 1, right hand onto your hip. Take an inhale. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, twist it out again towards the right. Next stage from here, extend that left hand towards the floor. So find a place for the left hand to root down the block, or just tap the block. Next stage, come onto your back toe, lift your back leg up. And perhaps maybe your right arm starts to reach up towards the ceiling, revolve side angle. Let's hold here for 4, 3, let the core support and lift the heart. Let's go for 2. And 1, lower back down towards the floor. Left knee drops, take an inhale. Reach your arms out, lift the gaze up. And the exhale, come forward into that right foot. This time, standing half splits. Lift the left leg up really strong. Forehead draws down towards your shin. And take a hold of the back of your calf. Also a good time, if you're a handstander, working to some kick-ups. So it's pulling up on your calf. 2 more breaths. And exhale, big step back. Come into a wide-legged stance. Feet turn in, hands on your hips. Let's give your legs a mini break here. Then left foot opens up towards the back of the room. Warrior 2, left side. So take a wide stance. Just make sure your left heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. So hands on the hips first. Let both hips externally rotate. So let the left hip open. Also let the right hip open. Inhale breath, lengthen the arms. Just stabilize here, fix the gaze. And then start to squeeze your heels together. So feel that inner strength line through the inner hips, all the way through that left leg, rooting down to the floor. Good. Exhale, breath. Side angle pose, so shift forward. Forearm to your thigh, right arm up. Squeeze your fingers together, peel the gaze towards the ceiling. Next stage from here, extended side angle, palm towards the floor. Reach that right arm overhead, so keep it in line with your ear. So this is a really nice restorative posture for most people. Some people like to lower one more step, maybe left hand to the floor. And perhaps coming into a bind, so left shoulder rolls in. Big circle with your right arm. Take a hold of your fingertips or your wrists. Roll that right shoulder open. Lift the gaze up, hold for 3. Press and hold for 2. And 1, lower the gaze, come onto that bind. Now let's come into a twist, right hand to the floor. Inhale, left arm up, press and lift. Keep tracking your left knee in. So we're facing the back of the mat now. 2 more. And out breath, frame your front foot, push, step back plank. And let's lower to the elbows, forearm plank. And then hips up and back. So this is called dolphin pose. Elbows on the floor, forearms root down. Start to walk the feet in. So walk the feet in, lift the hips. And eventually lowering the knees, palms together, keep your elbows on the floor. And just draw your hands behind your head. So moving to a variation of child's pose. Start to open up through the triceps and through the shoulders. And 4 more complete breaths. Let all the stress just leave your mind. Let your body unwind. Let's take an inhale, strengthen the legs, come back onto all fours. And keep that strength line through your shoulders. Push out through your palms, so lift the back of the heart. Keep that really strong action, tuck your toes, and hips up and back, downward facing. Second side, inhale, lift the left leg up, really strong. Push up. When you exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips. In stage 2, all the way over, wild thing, push out through your feet. So use that strong base, lift the heart up. Squeeze your glutes, tuck your tailbone, push. Left palm opens towards the ceiling. Any motion that feels good through that left arm now. Wheel and turn it open. When you're ready, gaze towards the back of the mat. Side plank variation. Try to hold here. Draw the left knee in, hold for 3. Push out through your base, go for 2. And 1, left hand to the floor. Left knee, right tricep, cross it over. And then extend out. Fallen triangle, again, wide stance. Push and lift that right arm up towards the ceiling. Lift the gaze up. Right arm forward, palm towards the floor. Take a long in-breath. Exhale, dip the hips towards the floor, crunch the right elbow in, just tap the floor through hips. Push and lift, inhale. And you exhale, lower. Tap the floor, lift. And lower. You have to have a really wide stance for this to work. Lower. Push and lift. 2 more. And the exhale, lower all the way down towards the mat. Elbows in. Then onto the forearms. So square the shoulders towards the back of the room. So this is stage 1. Perfectly fine to stay here. Or stage 2. This time peel the right arm up. Again, nice to have your block handy. Right arm underneath left armpit. Right cheek on the block. Just let it go. Appreciate the difference between each side. And let your mind fully draw behind your thoughts. And eventually rooting down through your left hand. Take an inhale. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Peel, lift the gaze up. And your right hand to the floor. So find that base. And right foot, push it down into the mat. In one motion, try to curl that left knee in towards your chest. Hold here, plank pose. Hold for 3. Pushing the mat for 2. And 1 step forward. Left foot forward, right knee on the floor. And coming into revolve side angle, second side. So really nice to have that block outside of your left foot. Left hand to your hip. Let's take an in-breath. Reach the right arm up, gaze up. Exhale, twist, draw the belly in, move forward, extend the right arm. Find a place to plant down the block. Back toes tuck, lift. Extend that back leg up. And next stage from here, left arm peels up towards the ceiling. Lift the gaze, hold for 5. Pushing the mat, 4. And 3. And 2. And 1, lowering back down. Head right knee to the floor, take an in-breath. Lift the arms, lift the gaze up. And you exhale forward into your left foot. Extend and lift that right leg. Push. Half splits. Forehead draws down towards your shin. Again, try some handstands if you want. Or take a hold of the back of your left calf. Gently pulling up. And long exhale, step the right foot back, long legs. Turn the right foot open now, warrior 2. So just feel free to adjust your stance first. Take your feet wide. Let me extend the arms, gaze forward. So again, use that same action, both hips externally rotating, and then start to squeeze your heels together. So feel that action really strengthen your legs. And the exhale breath, side angle pose, shift forward, form to your thigh. Left arm up against stage 1, perfectly adequate here. Keep turning your left hip open. Stage 2, right hand to the floor. Your left arm overhead, palm towards the floor. Squeeze in center. Or find that bind, dip forward, roll your right shoulder in. Big circle with your left arm. Expand out, twist out. So even this action is a little mini twist. Start to peel the heart towards the ceiling. Keep that left hip opening. Press your back foot in the floor. And the out breath, lower the gaze to the floor. Left hand reach down. And inhale, right arm, sweep it up, twist it out. And hold here for 4. Draw your right knee in. 3. Let's go for 2. And 1, frame push, step back plank. And lower to the knees. And let's move on to the heels. Left hand up to the chest or the heart. Right hand in your belly. Just pause here. Draw into a bit of a meditation. Maybe feeling some new energy course through your body. And taking a sip of water. Or for me, it's coffee right now. Just anything you want to do to relax. We're going to move into our cool down phase now. We'll cross the legs behind you. Come onto your back body. So we'll come into a supported little bridge. So hopefully you have some sort of prop around you using a block. Or if you have no props, just come into a real little bridge. So take that block underneath your sacrum. So just below your lower spine, that flat bone. Let your hips sink. Let the shoulders completely relax. So one of the key aspects to back bending is we need to have really open hips. That's really what starts to block us as we move into these more advanced shapes, is the hips kind of restrict our movement. So let's open the hips up. Left leg extends up. Let's draw the right knee in towards your chest. So if you have no blocks, you can just lower into your back right now. If you have that block, keep it there if that's comfortable. And start to circle that right knee. So small circles at first. Just mobilize that right hip. And eventually turn into a bit larger circle. So letting the body cool down. Let the back of your head just relax into the mat. So my classes on YouTube, this is usually the more beginner style class. If you want a more core flow or a more handstandy type class, the ones on Instagram earlier in the day. So if you're in Canada, it's 4 p.m. on Instagram, a bit more active. Stage 2 from here, right knee draws open towards your armpit, bend the elbow, and just start to work that right hip open. So gentle forward and back motion. Left hand plants on your hip. Just start to work up and down. And once your hips really start to open up, everything in life gets easier and easier. Right knee back through center, extend it out. Left knee draws in. Interlace your fingers, circle it out. And feel free to pause anywhere. Breathe through any tight spots. When next stage, left knee opens up towards your armpit. Right hand on your hip. And just fully allow the hips to relax. So allow your body to open. Make that choice. And let your hips just open up and relax. And 3 more complete yogic breaths. Just allowing everything to expand. And the exhale, fully let your body drop. And left knee back through center, plant your feet onto the floor, push your hands into the floor, come into a real little bridge. So this might be your second one, maybe your first one. Interlace your fingers, roll your shoulders underneath you. So take your feet a little wider than your hips. Find the inner strength line through your legs, so squeeze inner thighs together. Feel that power start to protract up through the hips and down your spine. And eventually releasing your fingers. Point your fingertips up towards the ceiling first, and then lower one vertebrae at a time. So really just rippling the spine back down the mat, slow motion. And one time rewind, ripple back up. So hips lift first. Try to go slow as you can, up through the mid-spine, up through the shoulders, extend, and release. One vertebrae lowers, and through the mid-spine, all the way down towards the sacrum. And palms by your hips. We'll just windshield wipe the knees side to side, so over towards the left and the right. Just releasing any tension you're holding on to, releasing any stress. We're going to thread the needle. So stack your right foot over top of your left thigh. So you can flex your foot if you'd like. If not, just let it relax. Left knee draws up. Interlace your fingers around your left shin. It's really gentle side to side motion. So start to really work into the back body and through that right hip. So give yourself a little massage here. And let your mind relax. And left foot back down to the floor. Bring your right peace fingers around your right big toe. So find that connection. Let the shoulders drop behind you. And let's press that heel up towards the ceiling. So if this is really tight for you, you can go ahead and take a strap around the ball of your right foot. If not, let the right shoulder drop back. So try to keep a little bit of activity pushing through your right heel, but at the same time, where can you find a bit more space and just release? Eventually lengthen your left leg up. Take your hands behind your right thigh, soften the knee, and we'll just go into a spinal twist. So right leg over towards the left, extend the leg out. Right arm extends out. Right shoulder on the mat. And just let the breath, let your shoulders drop, let your hips drop. Letting yourself move into some new space through your mind and new space in the body. Right palm up towards the ceiling. Let that right shoulder externally rotate. And feel free to stay here a bit longer if you wish, or support that right leg back up through center. Right foot on the floor. Same sequence, second side. Left foot stacks on top. Let's open up that left hip. Right knee draws in. Interlace the fingers around your right shin. Again, side to side. Massage out the lower back. When you send the breath anywhere you feel like it's holding on, or it's holding some tension, send the breath there, draw in that new space. And eventually right foot down towards the floor. Go ahead and take your left peace fingers around your left big toe. Push the heel up towards the ceiling. Let the shoulders roll back. So feel that new space expand out through the back of your left leg. We'll lengthen the right leg up. It's coming into a spinal twist, and let that left leg extend over towards the right. Left arm up. Big wide sweep over. And let the body relax. So if you feel like you're holding on a lot here, you're taking that prop. You can take a hoodie, a jumper, or a block underneath your left knee to find some more support. And just allowing your hips and shoulders become down towards the floor. Just let them completely go heavy. Three more complete expanding breaths. Be patient with yourself. Let yourself open up and release. And supporting that left knee back up through center. Feet come together, knees wide. And it's moving into reclined butterfly to finish off class. Passively allowing your inner hips to surrender into the weight of gravity. And let that new space travel through your torso, up through your neck, through your mind. Let everything completely drop and relax. And at any point you'd like, extend the legs out, moving into your final posture of Shavasana, or feel free to keep your feet together. So give yourself the gift of this time. Allow yourself to recover and build that new strength and openness that you worked so hard for. So I recommend staying here for at least another 5 minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining me for class today. Be back same time every day. So feel free to join me on here. Not every class will be saved to YouTube, so make sure you just check in live to watch class. Any donations, I'll post a link into the comments section, so if you feel free like you want to donate, would be more than happy and would appreciate that a lot. Otherwise, see you guys soon. Namaste, and have a great rest of your evening.